What's up, Hobby Squad, and welcome to Hobby's Top 5 Tips and Tricks for all skill levels. Alright, so now that we got all our fun little intro clips out of the way, let's get into what this video is actually about. So starting with tip 1 that I think is important for everyone to always keep in mind with the early, mid, late game is break all the things. Break your boxes, break the grass, cut the grass, however you want to word that. You can get anything from health juice to grenades to ammo and even the duct tape out of there to repair your armor. So always make sure if you're short on supplies to use this tip. Leads us into tip number 2, chaining jumps. You'll notice when you're jumping, you'll see little stars shoot out behind your character if you time your jumps just right. It'd be similar to like bunny hopping, which gives you more speed in this game. Now tip number 3, quiet walking. So jumping is incredibly loud, and we'll also cover tucking here. So the opposite of this is holding control, walking very quietly as you can see here, to make as little noise as possible. And you can also quiet jump, which you won't go as far, but you're much quieter when you're jumping to gain a little bit more distance. This can be used if you're trying to flank or sneak up on another opponent. And we saw someone earlier, we see some skunk gas down below here, so we're trying to find them, but we're trying to be quiet because there are still 25 opponents remaining. Quiet walking may be a slower paced way to play. I find it's very useful in solos. You can tuck into corners like this. People won't see you till they come directly around, as long as you're still holding control. You can also see here, we're tip number 4 here, campfires, and I'm tucking next to this campfire. Now, it's not in my line of sight, which you can see. My line of sight is just short of it, but campfires, when they are triggered, you'll see that environmentally. Which brings us to tip number 5, delivery moles. Now, this is our last tip, and you can see delivery moles are very, very active. It's something that if you're like a beginner to the game, you might want to avoid the delivery moles because almost everyone's going to go for it because of all of the golden, the legendary weapons that you're going to get out of the delivery mole. Now those can be a game changer for you, so you might want to push them as well if you're comfortable. But as you can see, there are always a lot of people. We've already had 3 casualties, and there's more coming in from almost every direction. So we're going to back off, we'll use our quiet walking tip, and then we're going to kind of dash in. Pick up this kill just barely. Unfortunately, that does force me to have to back off from the mole itself, which we'll see here shortly the amount of gold loot that it actually does drop. So the mole box is right over here underneath, and look at all that gold there. Now unfortunately, I didn't have enough time with the gas being here to actually take it. And time for our bonus tip. If you don't find a gun when you land, and there's a hamster ball, you can kill people with these, and it's pretty satisfying. So we're just going to keep dodging, and then pop, there it is. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week.